Morning, everyone. Day 90. It's a good day. It's a great day. I feel reborn. The trail is good. The trail is smooth. I haven't seen a lot of rocks this morning, which now that I said that, they're all going to come rushing up on me. But I'm headed into town here later this afternoon, and then keep going down the trail. I'm coming into a town called Boiling Springs. I might have said that last night. So just a little info. I'm only 70 miles. Let's say 3 days, roughly 3 good days, from the halfway point, Harper's Ferry. Well, roughly the halfway point. That's significant in several aspects. One, it's halfway point. I actually survived halfway. That's a major milestone in itself. That most people who make it halfway make it all the way. So that bodes well. Not that anything's going to pull me off the trail, but also it only took me 3 months to get halfway, which that may seem like a long time, but for what I've been doing, it'll be before October before I get there, because I've got 4 or 5 days. I don't know what's this month, September. So I got 4 more days. That puts me halfway. So that's right at 3 months, 90 days, or 93 days, whatever. Now you're thinking, okay, if it's halfway in 3 months, man, that means I'm not gonna get done till December. Not true. All that hard, rough terrain that slowed me down, all of that, that's all gonna be gone. And it's not that there won't be mountains and tough terrain up ahead, but I have my hiker legs. I'm able to do, I'm able to push a lot of miles, even in these short days. My days are 12 hours now, so that's 12 hours of daylight. So, but it'll only take me 2 months to get through the rest of the trail. You think about it, I got right at a little over 1,000 miles to go, and so 2 months, that's 500 miles a month. I can easily push that. That's not a big deal. And then if I push in some extra days in there where I push a little harder, that'll even shorten those numbers up. So anyway, I still am looking at the end of November to finish at Springer. If I don't flop, like I said, all of that's going to be dependent on the weather and how cold it starts getting. But that aside, that's a whole different animal with planning, and we don't want to go there. But like I said, I feel reborn. That stop just rejuvenated me. I slept through the night last night. Man, that is the first time. Literally, that is the first time I've ever slept through the night in my tent on a trail. Ever. I usually wake up for one reason or another. Maybe the exhaustion finally caught up with me, but I don't know that I believe that, because I had days off. I relaxed, although, was out a lot and just having a good time, and so I know, but I did get a lot of rest. So this getting my sleeping bag back and getting this new air pad and all of that, man, what a blessing, that's for sure. Just it's gonna change, especially like today. I'm hiking. I'm energized. I had a full night's sleep. I don't know that I know how to hike. I don't know if I know how to hike on a full night's sleep. Well, I do out of towns, but normally you get out of town late, so you don't really get a full day of hiking in after a town. So so I gotta say, today is a good day for so many reasons. So there was one other thing I wanted to tell you guys. I don't remember. I'll think of it in a little bit. I'll come back and tell you, but I'm very excited. Hopefully you'll get this video and the others here coming up, because I don't know, I think I might have mentioned it in day 80 or 81 that I was going to stop in Lancaster for a few days. So at this point now you know. You'll realize a lot of things you don't know yet, and now you know. So by the time you read this, because we're on day 90, so hopefully I already forgot, what did I say? Not Bowling Springs. I already forgot the name of the big town I'm gonna stay in 3 days or so. Anyway, it's real close. In fact, it's right on the border of West Virginia, and I think it's the last big town that I'll go through before I hit West Virginia. So I will upload all these videos. I will get there as early as I can. Even if they don't let me check into the hotel, I'll sit in the lobby and I'll spend all day getting all these videos out to you guys, which you will know. And yeah, with my sabbatical and just the logistics on the trail and what has transpired and all of the stuff, I feel like I've been a little lax to you guys. Lax is not the right word, just unavailable to you in the aspect of I haven't been able to get the videos out to you guys. And so I know some of you, I know a lot of you just there's people let's just say people start getting worried after I don't post any pictures, and I start getting texts and messages from people saying, are you okay? Is everything good? You know that. So I really need to keep up on the videos as best as I can, so that you guys, I don't want you guys worrying about me. I'm good. Everything's good. Everything's just getting better and better. And man, like I said, I'm at the point now. What a great place. What a great place to really just be as enthusiastic, if not more, than I have been all along the trip. And I've been pretty enthusiastic about a lot of stuff. So is my excitement overwhelming or what? I seem very stoic, don't I? I'm just thinking about what I'm saying and how I'm saying it, and I seem very stoic, but I'm not. I'm very excited. It is early, so bear with me. But I just surprised the hell out of myself when I woke up and I looked at the clock, and it was 7 a.m. But it gets light at 7, so I'm assuming that's why I woke up. But I closed my eyes about 9:30 last night, and I didn't stay awake very long, and then next thing I know, it's 7 a.m. So you think about that. Being in my tent, falling asleep at 9:30, no later than 10. I don't know how long I laid there for, a little bit, but I fell asleep pretty quick. But we'll say 10. That's freaking 9 hours in my tent sleeping all night long. That's a cool thing. So if the trail keeps going like this and I get into Virginia, these boots I got on, they're out of Dodge, baby. I'm gonna get me a new pair of trail runners, and I'm back to my Speedy Gonzales. No weight on my feet, comfort. You know, these boots, they still put pressure on the toes. It's not like it hurts, but it's just, you know, they're musty. They don't breathe well. You know, with the other ones, man, you got constant air moving through them. They're all mesh. They're comfortable. They're lightweight. Everything about them. They're perfect for these trails, just not the rocks. So that's why I bought these boots, because of this area, which I wish I would have done at the beginning, but lesson learned. But anyway, boy, as soon as I ran across any kind of outfitters, and in fact, once I'm absolutely sure that I'm through the rocks and all that, after Pennsylvania, I'll probably order some online and just have them shipped to me directly to one of the trail towns. So I'm excited about that. A lot of things to look forward to here. The towns are, I was surprised. I've been looking at the towns up ahead, and a lot more of the trail goes through the town, not you have to get off trail to get to the town. There's a lot of, the trail goes somewhat close through, not necessarily the center of town, but the outskirts of town. So, and the other exciting thing is I'm catching the second half of the trail. So if you do any research on the Appalachian Trail, all the guys that have hiked it tell you about the highlights, the things that they remember. And the things that are coming up are pretty cool. Things like, man, I don't want to draw a blank here. Like, first and foremost, down south of here, they have these things called the Highland ponies. They're these little miniature ponies. They live up on this mountain. And you walk on the trail, and they're all over the place. They're just free roaming. And they love the hikers. So they come up, they want you to pet them, they want to follow you, all that. This is like one of the highlights of the trail for a lot of the hikers, and that's coming up. And so I'm looking forward to that. The views in Virginia, if you've ever been to Virginia and up on the Blue Ridge Parkway and through the Shenandoah Mountains, the views there are unparalleled in what they are. And I always said, the views in the Sierras are majestic. They are worldly. They are just take your breath away. But the views in Virginia they have more of a homey feeling. It's the vastness of the Sierras compared to the warmth of the Shenandoahs. The feel of being home, and the trees and the colors, and I'm going right through there. Things are changing. It's still green where I'm at now, but the trees are starting to change. And over the next month, I'm going through the Shenandoahs and getting south of there. The colors are going to be so vibrant and beautiful. And you get that down-home country feel of being in the Shenandoahs, in the mountains, and the views and the vast. It's just moving. Sorry about that. Muggles. I forgot today is Saturday. It's Muggle Day, and you're near a town, here they come. So, I was a Muggle. I'm a Muggle when I'm not on the through hike. I hope that it's sort of a term of endearment. It's not a bad thing. It really isn't. It's just something that is a constant on the trail, especially now coming down south, all the towns and everything. There'll be a lot of people on the trail, so it's all good. I almost look like I have false teeth now, doesn't it? Because I trimmed up my mustache because I was tired of eating my mustache every time I ate. And now I can see my teeth. It almost looks like I got false teeth. Looks like I just got new teeth because my teeth are showing through, and before my mustache was covering up my teeth. So it just, sorry, cracking myself up. Man. Just the stuff that I see when I'm looking at myself in this picture, it's funny sometimes. That's why you see me like, there's hair out of the or wait, my hat's crooked. I want to look pretty for you guys. So anyway, can you tell I'm having fun? I don't want to belabor the point, but I really did get down on myself a little bit there last week or week before because of the mistakes I made. And I shouldn't have, because I was the trail saying, hey, dude, pay attention. And I wasn't. So, and I'm focused now. I really am. It was like last night. I needed to do a little research about some of the towns coming up, and I needed a little more information about resources in those towns, because I need a couple of things. And AWOL guide is good, but it's outdated because it was written before COVID. And gut hooks is sparingly when it comes to town information. I mean, they give you basics, but they don't tell you a lot of stuff that you need to know. So I needed an internet connection last night. I needed to be able to get online to do this research. And plus I was looking at sending myself something. I need a new pillow, that kind of thing. So I was looking online. Anyway, hold on a second. So I needed to get on the internet last night. So I'm hiking along and find a really good spot to camp. You know, it's probably a half hour before dark. It was right after I talked to you guys, as a matter of fact. So I didn't stay at that shelter I was talking about because there was too many people there, and it was noisy. There were a lot of muggles there. There were no through hikers. And I don't like sleeping in an area that has a lot of people that aren't through hikers because they don't recognize the quiet time. You know, once it's dark, it becomes, 10 o'clock or 8 o'clock is sort of the unofficial hikers' time. Some people say 10. You know, most hikers are in their tent by 8, and they're, when it's dark, they're ready. They do their last minute stuff, or they read, or they do whatever it is, but it's quiet time, And laying in your tent, trying to go to sleep, and someone's on their phone, or someone's talking loud, or they got a big fire, roaring fire, and they're up till 10, 12 o'clock. It's like, that's detrimental to getting rest. If even, me, as hard as it's been for me to get rest and laying there and hearing guys, they're drinking and they're all that stuff, there's no thought to, they're out for a good time. They're out to camp. And so they're having a good time. Most time they don't even realize you're through hiking. They think they're just like you. So, or that you're just like them. So out for the weekend. So anyway, I needed internet access. So I walked past the shelter. Too many people there. Great tent sites, but most of them are full, and I wasn't going to sleep next to anybody. I'm a firm believer in sleeping 20, 30 feet away from anybody. Anyway, so I find this really sweet spot, clear out an area, find a place with very few rocks and stuff, and I moved some rocks and cleaned it all up. It was a great spot. Moved all the leaves. A little bit of a slant on the hillside, but that's easily overcome. You take the leaves that you sweep away and you build up one side, so when you put your tent on top of it, it sort of balances it out. It still crushes the leaves, but it just gives you a little bit of a flat spot. So I laid on my tent, got it set up basically, like my four corners kind of thing. And I sat down to eat, and I ate and did my thing, and I decided, okay, while I was sitting there eating, it was still light enough. I needed to hang my bear bag, but I said, let me get online and look at a couple of things. And I had no service. I'm like, oh man, this sort of defeats the purpose. So I packed up all my stuff. I got done eating, packed everything up, and I walked another mile down the trail. And then I had like 3 bars of Verizon, and then I had LTE, strong signal. So I recamped. I found another good spot and I recamped, and I had great coverage last night. So it's just all about paying attention. I should have checked when I first arrived on what the signal was like, and I didn't even think about it, and I set up. So because I was hungry, man. My hair's growing out, if it looks like it. I was starving, so I needed to sit down and eat. And I definitely need to eat as much as I can. And I did last night. I ate till I was so gorged I could barely move. And then I tried to drink some water, and I'm like, oh, this is not good. And I ate too much because I have so much freaking weight in my bag. I got so much food. It's utterly ridiculous. I could probably go 8 days and not resupply. Crazy. So anyway, the weight got to me yesterday, by the way. Having all this food, the weight gets to you. So, but I had so much stuff, and creature of habit, I just had to, when I was at Walmart, I just had to buy that stuff. I don't need to eat the stuff I bought at Walmart, so I can save that. So I have a whole resupply in my bag of 4 days of Walmart stuff, the stuff I eat from Walmart. and I have all this other stuff that I'm just gonna eat on and munch on as much as I can over the next 3 days or so. And then I won't need to resupply in the next town. So if that makes sense. Anyway, now I'm rambling more, but I was just trying to cover a lot, and I just wanted you guys to know that I'm fired up because things are just falling back into place. My reset button has definitely been pushed. I am ready, willing, and able to embrace anything that the trail throws at me again. As long as I'm keep focused on that, I think I'm really going to try to focus on, I like the idea of, I've been using the thought process of, if I'm within 4 miles of a town, I'm walking into the town. But at the same time, I need to remember that, is there really a reason I need to go into town other than I'd love a cold soda? Walking an extra 4 miles, or even 3 miles, or even 2 miles, just to get something cold to drink, and then walk all the way back out. And by the time you get back out, the soda's gone. The whole effect of it is sort of gone, and you're like, what was I thinking? So, but I'll tell you what, I've explained it to you guys before. There's no better trail magic. There's no better town thing for me. And I'm not that big. I used to be a soda guy, but I haven't had soda in my house for years, and or for the last couple years anyway. I just don't buy it. And just out here, well, not to mention the carbs, the calories, the sugar, all of that, but just that ice cold, crisp Coke. And it's funny, it's Coke. I don't know. I grabbed, when I started hiking on the trail, the only thing they had at that store was a Coke. They didn't have a bunch. They just had a couple of different sodas. It was a little mom and pop place. So I grabbed a Coke and I drank it. I'm like, man, this is good. And I ended up hooking onto the Coke. I used to be a Pepsi guy, man. No Coke. I didn't drink Coke. I hated Coke because it wasn't as sweet as Pepsi back then. I don't know what the difference is now. I haven't had a Pepsi in so long. But so I got hooked on the Coke. So now when I walk into town, or I go, just there's this gas station outside the road, I walk in and get a bottle of Coke. Absolutely. And then I sit outside and I sit there and drink it while it's still icy cold. I don't walk down the street with it because I need to get rid of the container. And 2, I don't want it to get warm. I want it to be frosty cold the whole time I'm drinking it. So a lot of times I'll want 2. So I'll drink 1 pretty fast. I'll walk in, I'll buy it. I'll come outside, sit out there for about 5 minutes drinking it. Then I'll go back in and buy another one so that it's still cold, so it doesn't sit there next to me and get warm. So that's how anal I am about the soda and the crispy coldness of it. And another thing is cold chocolate. So a lot of the folks that are doing trail magic out here, they have coolers. They have the soda and the water and the Gatorades that they're giving out to everybody. But they also have their chocolate. They give out chocolate bars. And they have it in the cooler, and it's nice and cold, and it's not frozen, but it's just, it breaks when you, like a Hershey's bar, when you open it up and you break off one of those squares, it like snaps because it's so cold. Or M&Ms, peanut M&Ms that are frozen or just cold or been down in a cooler. Man, I'm just okay. I'm really getting off on a tangent, rambling now, talking about this food and stuff. But that's the little things. That's my little thing. So many hikers out here, they all tell you their little stories about what their thing is. That when they go into town, they gotta have this. A lot of people, it's McDonald's. They see a McDonald's, they freaking just freak out. It's just, they get McDonald's, they go in, they sit down, and they savor that, Big Mac or that filet of fish or McRib or whatever the hell it is that trips their trigger, okay? And you're probably saying, McDonald's, oh, how horrible. And that's what I say. it's just one of those things. But at the same time, when you're out here on the trail, there's always that one thing that just does it for you. And some of the kids, a lot of the kids out here, man, it's McDonald's. You know, I got something else to say. I just got to say it. And it's not so much, this is how I'm feeling. You know, and I don't want to take credit. I don't want to make it sound like my ego's getting in the way. I don't want it to sound like anything other than what is coming into my head about this whole idea that the trail should be shut down, and the stigma that, you know, the stigma of the hikers causing problems and making things worse. You know, I feel like an outlaw in aspects. And a lot of the folks out here that you talk to, all of us, I mean, for the most part, feel like outlaws. We feel like we're with Robin Hood and we're out here in Sherwood Forest hiding from the sheriff. You know, we're doing the right thing. And I'm going to tell you what, I haven't met one sick hiker yet. We're doing the right thing. Nobody's sick out here, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that part, okay? Nobody's sick out here. Nothing. Guys are doing what they're supposed to be doing. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about that part. But I feel like a freaking outlaw out here. I feel like I'm hiding from the cops, hiding from the sheriff, from the law. You know, that's the feeling out here. But at the same time, as an outlaw, I just came up, I'm off the trail because I came up to this overpass that's going over the freeway. The trail's going over there, this freeway, highway 11 south. So there's a whole bunch of hikers sitting on the overpass. So I stopped, we're talking, and we're talking about the trail. They're doing a long section hike. So anyway, we're talking about the trail and stuff. And I go, this is a good place to rest. He goes, well, we're getting ready to go down to Sheets. I'm like, what Sheets? And he goes, it's a big convenience store, gas station, sort of like a truck stop. They got everything you could want. Said there's a diner right next to it. And we're all getting ready to walk down there. So I'm like, wow, that sounds pretty cool. And so they all take off. And I start walking. I'm like, you know what? It's a little less than half a mile down. What the hell am I thinking? I'm going to walk down, get a soda, get a sandwich, and walk back to the trail. It's a mile out away, round trip. What's it going to take me? An hour, maybe, with going there, getting something, and coming back? Why pass this up? I don't have that far to go to the next town, Boiling Springs. Even if I get in there later, well, then I'll get something for dinner while I'm out there. So anyway, I'm like, what am I thinking? I'm passing up a great opportunity to get a little town stuff and still maintain on the road. I flip-flop on this because I told myself, you know, I took all that time off. You know, it sort of doesn't seem right to go into town much for a while. But at the same time, why not take the opportunity to take advantage of something if it's close to the trail? And remember, I told you, I'm usually under 4 miles. It's worth the walk most of the time. This is less than half a mile, and I can get some candy. I can get a sandwich. I can get a soda. Yes, sugar, and more sugar. So I'm on my way to this place called Sheets. I'm gonna check it out. I'll send you a pic. I'll take a picture of the sign just so you know what I'm talking about, and then I'll go from there. So I'm cracking myself up. So anyway, back in civilization once again. Oh, they got burritos. I see their sign. They got a road sign up here. They got burritos, sandwiches. We're in. So anyway, trail magic in a sort of offhand way. So I'll talk to you guys. End of day 90. Absolute great day. Talked a lot of crap today, didn't I? In fact, there's going to be a second video after this. It's way too long. I got a couple of people told me that hour-long videos don't work. You have a tendency to want them fast forward and that kind of stuff, and I get that. So no more than 30 minutes on the videos anymore. If there's more, what I'll do is I'll make a second video. So if you decide to keep watching or you want to see more, you can, but you don't have to go through the day's video, because I did a lot of psychobabble stuff today. A lot of ranting is not the right word, but I rambled on a lot about different topics, and I just went from topic, and then I kept coming back to other topics, and because today was a good day. Today was a great day for me. I made great miles in a short period of time. Short period of time is not the right word, but just I flew. These trails, the rocks are gone. We're out of Pennsylvania. We're still in the top half of Pennsylvania is where the bad stuff is. Bottom half of Pennsylvania is like walking on air. It's pine needles, it's flat, it's dirt, you're rolling fields, all of that stuff. So it's like this is time to cruise. So I stopped in Carlisle. You'll see the pictures of you will have seen the pictures this morning. I don't remember the name of the place. I've never heard of it before. It's like a deli convenience store. So I think I have pictures. I got deep fried foods and soda and a cookie. It was good. It was right off the trail. So I got back on the trail, walked, and I made it to Boiling Springs, a little over 16 miles. And I was here by 2 o'clock. So I hit 16 miles at 2 o'clock. That's smoking. So I made good time today. I made great time. Think about it. I started at 8 something. Yeah, 8:30, something like that. Or maybe I started a little earlier. Maybe that's why it's not as good as I'm thinking it is. But it was, I don't know, might have been a little earlier, but not much. I know I woke up at 7, so sometime after 7. Plus getting out and getting my stuff. So I think it was around 8, somewhere between there. I don't know what I said this morning, but it's definitely after 8. And if I'm here by 2, that's 6 hours of hiking, and I did 16 miles. So that's close to 2.5, almost 3 miles an hour. That's because of these trails. Now I feel like I'm hiking in the Sierras, doing 25 miles in 12 hours. Piece of cake, man, piece of cake. So I don't know what town's coming up next. I'm gonna leave late again tomorrow. So there's an outfitter here that opens at 9 on Sundays. They got a big closing out sale, end of summer sale, whatever. I don't know what sale it is, but I'm gonna go over there and see what they got. I need a new water filtration bag, I need a new pillow, and I need new tent stakes, because I'm bending the hell out of the tent stakes I got. So I need to get some new ones, and I need some better ones anyway. These were cheapies I got at Walmart, I think. I don't like them, they're too long, all of that stuff. So anyway, great day, excellent day. I flew down the trail. I took some pictures of some stuff. I got creative in a couple of spots, and I hung out when I was eating, and came in here. I got into Boiling Springs, and I had ice cream. There's a picture of the ice cream. So I had ice cream. And the ATC's got an office here, but it was closed. But I went and walked up to it. A bunch of hikers were sitting there, and we were all talking. And they were all eating pizza. I'm like, where'd you get the pizza? And they said there's pizza joints right around the corner. So I went over there, ordered a pizza, came back, sat down, and ate it. Then I went and it was starting to get nippy, so I went over and got a cup of coffee. Took some pictures of Veterans Park and the river and all that stuff here. And then headed out. They have a campground for hikers. So it's a little bit off the AT, but it's right on the outskirts of town. So I'll get up in the morning at daylight, pack up all my stuff, go into town, get a hot cup of coffee. They have a Dunkin' Donuts, so I'll get a hot cup of coffee, get a roll or something. Then I'll go to the outfitters at 9, and then I'll be on the trail, heading towards Waynesboro. I think I got a little over 30 miles to go to Waynesboro. I'm staying in Waynesboro, so what I'll do is I'll push tomorrow. let's say I get out of here by 10ish, get on the trail by 10. Hike all day till close to dark time, so 8 hours of hiking, so I could probably push 20 miles. That puts me in 10, 15 miles in from Waynesboro. Gets me in early enough I can get a room. I'm getting a room. I'm going to download videos so you guys will get all these videos, and then it's Virginia bound, man. I think now, let's see, with the 16 miles a day, I might have between 50 and 60 miles. So I'll be in Virginia before we know it. And I'm cruising. I'm loving the trail right now. I'm very excited. Everything about the trail is good right now. So the reset button works, man. So I hope you guys are safe. Tomorrow's day 91, hitting into the second half of the hike. So the midway point is not Harper's Ferry. It's sort of the unofficial midway point, but the midway point is Pine Grove. It's coming up. That's where they have the half-gallon challenge. That's where you go in the store and you have to eat a half-gallon ice cream, and it's more than a half-gallon because you eat the half-gallon container and they give you another cup full. So, and you don't get anything for it except for bragging rights, and you get this little spoon so that I survived the half-gallon challenge or whatever. Not happening. They got a hell of a burger there, though. Everybody on the trail talks about it. I'm gonna get the burger. I'm gonna not do the ice cream. I mean, I'll get ice cream, but I'm not doing the half-gallon challenge. So I'm not. I might be crazy, but I ain't dumb. That's a whole lot of dairy. Not conducive to being on the trail. A lot of guys get sick. Got it coming out both ends. That's not good. So anyway, I'm not one of those fine individuals that partake in this kind of thing. So anyway, that's my story. Day 91 coming up. We're cruising along, so hope you guys are safe. I will talk, and like I said, there should be another video after this with extra stuff. I'm not going to go much more than 30 minutes on my videos anymore, and if there's extra, I'll put it on another video for this day. That way you can choose whether or not to listen to the extra ranting and philosophical ideas that I have. But some of it's good, some of it's just me ranting, but that's okay. That's, like I said, I need to say this stuff. I need to get it out of my system and keep moving on. So other than that, that's my story. You guys take care.